Pat McAfee was shocked after hearing $200 million for one night of work. The sum sounded outrageous like a punchline. It was the pay of undefeated world champion Gervonta Tank Davis versus social media star Jake Paul. As the rumor spread rapidly online, it forced everyone to ask the same question.
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if someone, if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him.
Would you ever do a fight like that?
I feel as though in my career I can't do that right now. I'm not a Floyd Mayweather. I ain't no Manny Pacquiao or no Canelo. I think that I actually still gotta have my foot on the gas as far as boxing.
Were we witnessing the start of a new era where an influencer's popularity could earn more than a legendary athlete's achievements? Or was this just one of the biggest hoaxes ever devised? The idea of Jake Paul fighting Gervonta Davis didn't just come from nowhere. It was the result of a well-planned strategy by Paul, who had built a profitable career by shaking up the traditional sports scene. After moving on from his Disney and YouTube fame, he stepped into the ring and began challenging the biggest names, from MMA legends to boxing purists. On the flip side was Gervonta Davis, a fierce talent and one of boxing's top pay-per-view stars. Tank was and is the real deal, a champion with incredible power who sold out arenas. The thought of him in the ring with Jake Paul seemed absurd given the vast differences in size, experience, and background.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen three more years from now.
So 3 years.
I'm going to get to his skill level and beat him. I had one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for his money.
Yet absurdity sells in today's entertainment world. The combination of genuine skill and unprecedented online fame was too compelling to ignore. Then the number surfaced, $200 million. Once that figure hit the internet, the conversation shifted from playful speculation to outright disbelief. Experienced boxing analysts and insiders quickly began to dismantle the rumor. Across multiple platforms, the reaction was clear and blunt. The figure was labeled complete nonsense. One analyst dismissed the idea, suggesting a more realistic offer would be somewhere between $20 and $40 million. Even that would be top-tier money, comparable to Canelo Alvarez's biggest fights. But $200 million? That wasn't just an exaggeration, it was imaginary. Experts noted that no fighter in history, not even Floyd Mayweather during his biggest bouts, had ever received a guarantee that high. The money simply wasn't available. This raised the question, if the number was false, who made it up and why? This rumor had transformed into a puzzle that needed solving, which is exactly what happened on one of the largest sports talk shows in the world. Pat McAfee's show has become a digital hub for sports discussions, a space where trending topics are explored with raw, honest energy. When the $200 million rumor landed on his desk, it wasn't just another news piece. It was a bizarre claim that had to be addressed. Live on air, McAfee and his co-hosts scrutinized the assertion. They didn't just show doubt, they examined the claim closely and revealed it for the absurdity it was. They ridiculed the figure, with one host saying that while 20 million could be believable, 200 was sheer fantasy. This was no private chat, it was a public dissection. They questioned the source, the motive, and the sense of anyone who might believe it. McAfee was, in a way, challenging the rumor itself, using his significant platform to confront the narrative circulating online. It was a statement that in a world rife with misinformation and influencer hype, some things were just too ridiculous to let pass.
Gervonta Davis's guarantee.
I call bullshit.
Me too.
I call bullshit.
$200 million is a lot of money.
That'd be the most any athlete's ever made in one event, in one night. Where are they getting that money?
I mean, it's Netflix.
Okay, Mike Tyson didn't make that. Jake Paul didn't make that.
Yeah. 20 million I would believe, not 200.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model, so. And Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
That's a lot.
40 I can understand.
When push comes to shove, though, you know, like 20.
Like Canelo's getting that 40. Yeah. But Gervonta Davis, he was, especially on Showtime, he's a big pay-per-view star.
Yeah.
He's a knockout artist. 200 mil is just completely the balls.
God, Jake is so much bigger.
Yeah, man.
So much bigger.
I don't get it. If he thinks this is going to make him legitimate in boxing, I just don't get why he do it.
However, while McAfee and his team were busy dismantling the financial lie, professional fighters were grappling with a different betrayal. For fighters who have invested their lives in the demanding world of boxing, the Jake Paul phenomenon is tough to digest. Their responses to the rumored Davis fight showed a deep rift in the community. On one side were strategists like Shakur Stevenson. He calmly analyzed the fight from a technical perspective, acknowledging Jake's considerable size advantage, but confidently predicting that Tank's superior boxing intelligence and skill would lead him to an easy win by decision. He respected the business, even if the matchup didn't thrill him competitively.
I mean, styles will play some part of the fight, but if I'm thinking like I'm Tank, I'm probably just gonna go out there and try to outbox him and use my knowledge and IQ against him. So I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy. Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. He's been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or a problem. I think Jake is good for what he.
On the other side were fighters like Platinum Mike Perry. His response was much more intense. Perry questioned Gervonta's heart, suggesting that taking this fight was not about competition, but about cashing out. He couldn't understand why a champion at the peak of his abilities would validate an influencer by stepping into the ring with him.
Jake is big, Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
To fighters like Perry, it felt like a slap to the face of the sport, a sign that a fighter's legacy could be bought for the right price, no matter how absurdly high. At the center of this controversy was Jake Paul himself, a master of calculated chaos. He had been on the Pat McAfee show before, clearly outlining his ambitions. He spoke about his love for boxing, how it rescued him from a mundane life and gave him a new purpose. He openly addressed the constant claims that his fights were rigged, skillfully rebranding them as unwitting compliments to his abilities. Jake knows that in today's world, controversy is valuable. He understands that every criticism and every doubtful commentator only boosts his notoriety. He even shared an incident with on-air personalities who spoke negatively about him, showing that he thrives as the villain, the outsider. He's crafting a narrative where he is the disruptive force challenging a crooked system, and the $200 million rumor, whether true or not, fits perfectly into that chaotic storyline he is building.
But I always knew I was going to become one of the best fighters in the world, and I'm still on the goal to become world champion. And pretty much that's the only thing left I have to do in this sport. Had the most viewed fight ever, knockout of the year, beat a bunch of legends, but now I want to become world champion. And Chavez this Saturday is the step to get there, to be able to be ranked by the sanctioning bodies, and it just feels good to continue to improve fight by fight, and I'm thinking this is going to be my breakout performance. I always want to knock out my opponents. That's what boxing's about, and boxing's been boring lately. People running around the ring, not a lot of good fights, so I want to be the guy that's known for having the biggest knockouts, the most exciting fights, and that's what I hope to do on Saturday. This is not just going to be a win, this is going to be an all-star performance and a highlight reel KO. I think my opponents take me very, very seriously. I think that the people on Twitter and the regular fans genuinely think that my fights are rigged, right? Dana White started this rumor. He started this rumor that I was on steroids, this battle and warfare back and forth between us two. And I take it as a compliment because people genuinely can't even believe the fact that I've beaten some of the names that I've beaten, and they chalk it up to that it has to be fake and that he paid these people millions and millions of dollars to take dives. So I find it flattering, but at the end of the day, my opponents have to take me seriously, and they know what I'm capable of.
What many fans might not notice is the intense chess match playing out behind the scenes with boxing's emerging power brokers. A prime example is Turki Alalshikh, the man whose vast wealth is changing the sports landscape. Recently, Alalshikh revealed that a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Jake Paul was a real possibility.
Canelo, Jake Paul's made a lot of noise, especially last week. Do you take any notice of him?
Who?
Jake Paul. Do you take any notice of him?
the team I'm thinking about is why you guys asking for that especially fight, J-Paul, please guys.
I think some people would
Maybe in 2 years, like he said, maybe in 2 years we can talk, but
because I think some people would love you for knocking him out. I think that's
maybe that's right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that's right. But in 2 years we'll see, right? I hope he improved more and he do a really good job.
Normally wouldn't.
Everything is good for boxing. He bring more fans to in boxing. Everything is good. Everything is fine.
However, he personally intervened and stopped it. Why? He explained that a fight with Jake Paul would tarnish Canelo's legacy and lessen the anticipation for a much more significant matchup against Terence Crawford. Alalshikh admitted to deliberately leaking false information to the media to steer attention away while he secured his blockbuster deals. This shocking revelation adds crucial context. It shows that in modern boxing, rumors serve as more than mere chatter. They are tools. They can be used for leverage, as distractions, or as marketing strategies. The $200 million tank rumor suddenly appears less like a random falsehood and more like a strategic move in a much larger, unseen game. This was not the first time a viral stunt involving a top boxer had propelled Jake Paul into the spotlight. Just recall the notorious incident with Floyd Mayweather. Ahead of Mayweather's exhibition bout with his brother Logan, Jake confronted the boxing legend and, in a moment of promotional brilliance, snatched the hat off his head. The chaos that followed was captured on every camera, creating a viral sensation that took over sports news for days. It was theatrical, childish, and utterly brilliant.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the bet work with his bum.
Get Al Henry.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Henry.
We call Al Henry.
I'm my own boss. I'm my own boss.
One night. Got your hat. Got your hat. Got your hat.
Logan's up. Logan's beating Floyd Mayweather. Let that sink in.
Be quiet.
No, it's not.
Be quiet. That's not what we say.
You're wrong. Got your hat.
Jake proved he didn't need to be in the ring to draw the world's attention. He recognized that manufactured drama holds just as much value as the fight itself. The gotcha hat moment became his playbook. Viewed from that perspective, the $200 million rumor starts to seem familiar. It was a headline-grabbing, logic-defying statement that compelled everyone, fans, fighters, and media, to talk about Jake Paul. Ultimately, the truth about the $200 million was never the main issue. The offer was almost certainly fake, an illusion crafted to dominate the headlines. However, its impact was tangible. The saga highlighted the precarious state of modern boxing, a sport now engaged in a fight for its own identity. It's a world where a social media star can generate more buzz than a world champion, and where a fabricated figure can seem more significant than a real title match. Pat McAfee's on-air challenge was not just about one rumor. It reflected a response to this new reality. The entire situation leaves us with a nagging, uncomfortable question. As the line between sport and entertainment continues to blur, what is a fighter's legacy really worth? And in the future, will it be measured by the championship belts they hold or by the price tag of the rumors attached to their name? So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.